Hi guys, Harry here from the Art Gear Guide. Thanks very much for joining me today. If I remember, I will have a timestamp down below so you can skip all this talking bit. But I've got a few things to say about this review that I have here today, which is the Daler Rowney Watercolour Pencils. So if I remember, I'll have a timestamp and you'll be able to just skip forward, but hopefully it won't be that long. Anyway, I've had this set of pencils under my desk. I have this huge box and it's filled with like lots of different art supply products that I still have yet to review. Every now and again I'll see something online that I like the look of, or somebody will ask me if I'll review something. I'll buy it and then I'll stick it under there because I have like a list of different things that I have to review and I just get round to them as soon as I can. But if something crops up, if somebody asks me to review something, I'll try and get it in there a little bit earlier. I've had this tin of pencils under my desk now for about nearly 3 years, I think, coming up to 3 years. Not too long after I started doing the reviews. I'm not 100% sure. When I was looking online and I seen them, I liked the tins that they're in. Now it's not this tin. I'm not too sure whether the tin that I seen it was an old tin or whether it was a new tin that they just brought out. But there'll be an image of it popping up on the screen here. Anyway, I like the look of the tin and I liked the look of the pencils as well. I seen an image of the pencils. I liked the look of them and I thought to myself, I'll get them. But in the meantime of waiting before I was getting around to doing this, I had bought one of the really kind of like I think it was like a student grade Daler Rowney watercolor pads. And I really didn't have a good experience with that watercolor pad. And that was probably more to do with the way I was using it, the type of pencils I was using, all manner of different things. Because like I say, this was kind of like right at the beginning of when I started doing reviews. And I didn't know a great deal. So that kind of clouded my judgment, expectation, whatever you want to call it, of these pencils. And every time I would like clear out this box or start, moving things around, bringing more things to the front that I was going to review closer, I would look at this tin and I would think, you know what, I'll get round to doing them again at a later date. And it was purely and simply because of this experience that I had with the watercolor pad. But I'm so glad that I got round to doing it now and that I didn't, I've learned so many different things doing all these reviews, and most of the time it's expectations that I have in my head, or I have built up something, a product. I've kind of like not liked the product before I've even used it for one reason or another, and when I got round to using it, I was like bowled away by it. And I guess, if anything, this shows you exactly what I hope to show you guys in these reviews, that if you're looking for a product, look at reviews first, not just mine, lots of different reviews. It's always good to look at them all and then make a decision. But anyway, I finally got round to doing this set of Daler Rowney pencils. Before I get into showing you the pencils and all the rest of it, all I can say is I kind of feel like that I owe Daler Rowney a half-hearted apology because I didn't like their pencils before I'd even used them. And it wasn't really the pencils. It was like the experience I had with the watercolor paper. But I'm so glad anyway that I got round to doing it. So anyway, there's a 24 set here that I have. Okay, Daler Rowney. The one issue that I have is that they don't come in big sets. So the only sets that they do is a set of 12, 24 and 36. Now, another kind of downside about these pencils is when I purchased this 24 set, they were relatively inexpensive. I think I purchased them for about £20. But if you go on Amazon now, the prices for the 12, the 24 and the 36 are quite expensive. And so, I'll have all the prices over in the Art Gear Guide. But what I will say is, always check about for your prices as well. I put up the Amazon prices, but that's just because that's the most generic site that I can find without, upsetting other stores and stuff like that, and favoritizing stores, that type of thing. So always look at your prices, double check the prices that I'm putting up. I always make sure that I provide the lowest prices on Amazon, but just always check local stores and stuff like that as well. But for some reason, that recently the prices of the Daler Rowney sets have gone up. Now I don't know whether that's because they've stopped doing watercolor pencils, or whether they're just becoming more popular, because even on Daler Rowney's main website, there's not an awful lot of information about their watercolor pencils. In fact, actually, the watercolor pencils that they advertise over there are kind of like the kids ones that are in blister packs. Anyway, so this is the set, the 24 set. On the back here, there's a little bit of information here about the pigments chosen and stuff like that. It says here that the using pigments chosen for their smooth, consistent performance and rich, vibrant colours, Daler Rowney Artist Watercolour Pencils complement Daler Rowney's wide range of watercolours. The light, fast pigments can be easily blended and are perfect for wet on wet and wet on dry pencil techniques. This set contains a range of 24 pencils. 12 and 36 pencil sets are also available. So that just gives you a little bit of information about that, okay? When you open up the tin, on the inside here, as you can see, there's a little bit of information again, a little bit about Daler Rowney. They're actually an Austrian company, or they must have a subsidiary in Austria or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I always thought that Daler Rowney was a British company, but they were English. I think that's how it started. I mean, it says here, Daler Rowney Limited have been producing the finest quality art materials since 1783. Fine art pencils were first produced in Rowney's London factory in the early 1800s. So they obviously started out British, but I think they're part of the Fila group now. And if you look at the Fila group, Fila encompasses a huge wide range of different brands, including Lyra and stuff like that. So there's that. Inside the set here as well, we have a little bit of a pamphlet here letting you know, because obviously Daler Rowney do some amazing watercolor pans. They do a wide range of different types of watercolor papers. I've already touched on that. They also have a set of pastel pencils. They also do like a sketch set, which is pencils, graphite, that type of thing as well. And I had always thought that they had a set of coloured pencils, like artist grade coloured pencils, but I've never been able to find them. I don't know whether they stopped them or what, but the only pencils that are on this pamphlet are the watercolour, the pastel, the graphite pencils, and then the sketch and set, which again, like I say, is just got a couple of pastel colours in there as well. So let's take a look at the actual pencils themselves. So one of the things that I really liked about the pencils was this nice blue colour on the barrel, as you can see. It's kind of I don't know. It's like it's a weird blue. It's like an ultramarine blue. The core of the pencil is 3.8mm and the barrel is 7.8mm as well. So it's kind of like an average size. They feel nice in the hand. They don't feel cheap or anything like that. They feel like a quality pencil. Okay, so on one side of the barrel it says artists, and it's kind of written in nice joint up looking writing. Then after that it says watercolor, just to let you know that you have a watercolor pencil in your hand. After that there is the pigment name, and then there is a number as well beside that. I'm not 100% sure if that number helps correspond to open stock pencils. I cannot find these pencils anywhere open stock. So but again, having said that, even finding the sets now are becoming quite difficult. So I'm not 100% sure what that number is for. On the end here as well, there's kind of like a quarter of an inch, half inch pigment identifier. So it just gives you an indication of the pigment in the core. and then there's a silver ring that separates the barrel to the pigment identifier. On the opposite side of the barrel, it says Austria. Now again, that's more than likely more to do with where the pencils are produced now, not where the company is originally from. Then after that, there's a barcode here. And then after that, again, towards the end of the pencil, it just says Daler Rowney. I always used to think that they were called Daler and Rowney, but it's not. It's just Daler Rowney. As you can see here, this is a swatch. Now, the images that you're seeing are of the swatch dry. I was blown away by just how... they are a watercolor pencil, so they do crumble a little bit when I was putting these applications down to start the swatch off. There was a little bit of crumbling, but they were so creamy and the pigments were gorgeous, really nice and rich. I was really shocked and I was kicking myself because I hadn't used these pencils before this. But I was really enjoying doing the swatch. Now, when I got these pencils out, I was really not looking forward to doing the artwork either because of this kind of thing I had in my head about the pencils. But as I started doing the swatch, I started getting a little bit more into it. Once I started activating the pigments, the colours just came to life. I mean, they're gorgeous. The pigments are so nice. Now, I know that a lot of people really rate I think they're called Aquafine, Daler Rowney's Aquafine pan sets. I know a good friend of mine, Smoothie, on YouTube here, he has also used the Daler Rowney Aquafine, and I think he really likes those pans as well. But nevertheless, the pigment strengths that I was getting from these pencils I really was blown away. Really, really enjoyed using them. So, like I said, I did do a little bit of artwork with these pencils. Originally, I wasn't looking forward to it, but I got round to it, and so this is the artwork that I'd done with them. And as you can see here, it is really nice and vibrant. I was really pleased with the outcome of this. I know it's just a simple leaf, but I think it really helps to demonstrate and display the richness of the pigments. And I do have a speed drawing of this, and so if you go across and watch the speed drawing, you'll see kind of like the building up of the layers, how well these pencils layered and stuff like that in terms of activating them, then adding more pigment on top, and then activating it again and more pigment on top of that. So I was really impressed with the way the pencils performed. And I think you'll be able to see that on the speed drawing that I've provided, and also if you go across and look at the still images of the artwork which I photographed along the way, and you click on the image and you zoom in again, you'll be able to see the strength of the pigments as I'm laying them down. So while I'm on here, we'll just take a little look at, I'll just show you briefly some of the pigments actually activating them and letting you see what the colors are like. What have I got there? And I'll use that yellow. There's two flesh colors in here as well, which are actually really quite nice. So I've just got a red here. Now normally, I know you know, I normally do show the pencils on black paper, but that's colored pencils. I don't do that with watercolor pencils. And you can see there, let me just zoom in a little bit, you can see there that there is a little bit of crumbling, but with watercolor pencils that you're going to activate, that's not really a big deal, because those little crumbly bits will just activate and dissolve and turn into beautiful pigment. Now I'm not putting like super heavy pressure down here, but I'm not like layering or anything like that. I'm just showing you what the pigments are like once they're activated. And then this yellow here. So again, you can see there that this is a cadmium yellow, and it's a really, really nice, beautiful, rich color. So I've actually got one of the Daler Rowney graduate brushes here, which I used for the artwork as well. They're actually really nice brushes. So I've got this, I'll activate this red one first. And you can see there that there's no lines underneath. There's no pencil strokes underneath. It just dissolves perfectly. Same with the, sorry, I've got a little bit too much on there. The green there as well, you can see. It's not like, I'm putting, not lots of water there, but I'm putting quite a bit, and you can see that, you know, the pigment is still there. Sometimes on lesser quality watercolor pencils, once you add the water to it, the pigment kind of like just disappears because the water just dilutes it so much. But look at that, that's an indigo blue, and that is just gorgeous, that blue. Sorry, it's a bit of light reflection there. I will have an image of this at the end where you can see it properly, but and then this yellow. So look at that. I mean, like, I was really impressed with these pencils. But it kind of like it makes me wonder then, so why are the pencils so difficult to get hold of? Why is there only a 36 set? You know, I just don't really understand this. Now, I have sent an email off to Daler Rowney, but unfortunately I haven't got an email back because I was wanting to know why these sets aren't readily available in the US and Europe. You can get them here in the UK, but like I say, they're quite expensive. Prices will be over on the Art Gear Guide. So hopefully I'll get a response back from Daler Rowney. But as you can see here, the pigments are gorgeous. Now, in terms of light fastness as well, again, I know they state that they're light fast on their set, on their tin there, but I can't get any specific light fast information. So if I can't find any specific light fast information in terms of the rating of the individual pigments, then as far as I'm concerned, it's up to you how you interpret what their interpretation of light fast means. I much prefer to have a specific light fast rating if I'm going to consider light fastness at all in any case. Anyway, guys, that's my review here of the Daler Rowney watercolor pencils. Don't forget, go across to the written review. I will have a lot more information over there as well with regards to pricing and links to where you can get them. But for now, that's my review of the Daler Rowney Artists watercolor pencils. I was absolutely blown away by just how much I enjoyed using them. I really wasn't looking forward to using them, but you know, I've been proven wrong so many times before when I've made up my own mind about a product before using it, and then when I've used it, it's been completely different than what I had envisaged inside my head. Anyway, guys, I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you so much for all your support, all your wonderful comments, all your suggestions, everything. Don't forget, follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. I am going to have a couple of giveaways coming up soon, so keep a lookout for any announcements on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram for giveaways that I'm going to be running quite soon. And also as well, not to forget, it's good to follow me over there as well for images of artwork that I'm doing, or upcoming reviews that I'm doing, or if you have a suggestion for a review as well, there are good places to leave a suggestion for me, and I will get that suggestion and comment back to you. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd love to see you subscribing, but it's not necessary. And also as well, if you've enjoyed the video, just like the video and leave a comment down below. If you've used Daler Rowney watercolor pencils yourself, leave a comment down below. Or if you've used any of their other pencils like the pastel pencils or the sketch pencils or graphite pencils, leave a comment down below. Let me know your experience with them as well, and we'll get a bit of a debate going, a bit of a chat going really about the Daler Rowney product that I've just reviewed here. Anyway, guys, thanks very much. Look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye.